Hey everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica, and on today's video we're going to be doing a get ready with me using the makeup that I got in my beauty box in July 2020. We're also going to chat a little bit about life. Pretty much we're just going to chat about life. I have not had the best month of July. If you've been around for a while, you may have realized that I didn't post all last week any videos on this channel. And that is extremely unusual for me. I don't remember the last time I took an entire week off of posting. You might also know that I haven't been posting Foundation Friday videos for most of July as well. Again, not normal for me. So we're going to get into all that. We're going to go ahead and get into the makeup too. So I did get this. I don't remember where I got all these products. I'm sorry. Everything here on my table is from beauty boxes, with the exception of a lip product and my concealer and foundation. I think everything else is my beauty box products. So anyway, I'm going to go in with this primer. I got this Ciate London Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. So I'm going to go in with this first, which is why I don't have any makeup on. Usually I do start these videos with my base on, but since I had a primer, I wanted to go ahead and put this on before the rest of my makeup. But yeah, July has been a rough month for me. You're seeing this. I'm actually filming this Saturday the 1st. You're seeing it on the 3rd of August, I think. I believe it's going to go up on the 3rd. July was a really rough month for me. If you're newer to my channel, you might not know, but I lost my mother and a brother 3 years ago in July of 2017. My mom passed away on the day. So there was my mom and my brother lived in an apartment, and there was a fire that originated on the stove in their apartment, and my mom passed away that day. It was July 3rd of 2017, and my brother managed to stay alive for 3 weeks, but he passed from his injuries 3 weeks later on the 21st. So July is a difficult month for me to begin with. So I'm going to give that a second to settle in, but I'm going to be using my Kojendo Aqua Foundation. I haven't used this in a while, and it was sitting there on top of my table over there, and I was like, oh, let's put this on. I am going to be also using this sponge. This is from the Makeup Drop. So it's got a little silicone end here, and then the rest of it is a sponge. This got actually fairly large. It did fit in the little box here, but I think you can see that it's actually bigger than the box at this point, so I think you can see that. But it did get pretty big. Anyway, this year I do have depression and anxiety, actually. I haven't had an anxiety attack in a while, but I do deal with depression. And this year, for some reason, it hit me really badly. Yeah. It hit me really bad. And I've always been on the cusp of depression, and I actually got diagnosed with it after my mom passed. I got diagnosed with depression a while ago, and then it kind of calmed down. I had some, life-changing events, had changed my career and different things, and it had kind of calmed down. And then my mom passed away, and it reared its ugly head, and I am on medicine. I had depression a long time ago, and I tried medicine at that time, and it didn't agree with me. So I didn't take medicine then. That was about 12 years ago when I was first diagnosed with depression. I didn't take any medicine. Well, I tried a couple of different medicines and none of them really worked for me. So I had stopped trying. And this time around, it was too much. And there are side effects to the medicine that I'm on. I'm not going to tell you the type of medicine that I'm on. It is an antidepressant. If you deal with depression, I highly recommend talking to your doctor, because I told my doctor that previous medicines that I had tried didn't work for me, and we tried a new type of medicine. This one works for me, at least as far as my depression goes, but there are some side effects to it. I get a lot of muscle cramping, specifically in my shoulders with this medicine. It's not terrible. Like when my body was first acclimating to the medicine, it was really, really bad. It was so bad I almost quit. But once my body acclimated to it, I was okay. But there's some other side effects. That was probably the worst for me. But anyway, I had actually cut back to taking it every other day. I was taking it daily there for a while, and I cut back to taking it every other day because of some of the side effects. And for some reason, in the beginning of July, it was actually like the 5th, 6th, somewhere in there, my depression hit me, and it hit me hard. I know some of you all watch my vlog channel, and I've had some of you, reach out to me, and I definitely appreciate that. And I have some responses to send to some of you that have reached out to me. Honestly, I haven't done it, and I feel bad about that, but this month has been a struggle. I did keep posting some videos on Epic Beauty Fail, but definitely not the number that I normally do. And I would kind of pull myself together, put on some makeup, and film like 2 or 3 videos at once, which is why a lot of the videos this month I was wearing the same clothes in multiple videos. I just couldn't pull myself together to put makeup on regularly. I had to pull myself together for work. I am lucky enough that even with all the COVID stuff going on, I have been able to continue to work. So that's a blessing. But I pretty much would work, and then by the time my work day was over, I was spent. I'm going to put this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer on. The other thing that happened this month was I have a training class for my job that is a month long. It's pretty intense. It's for senior level employees at my company. That if you're in a certain category of job, they want you to take this training. I have to take that sponge off and wash it. It's a mess. Anyway, I am, I'm going to try the silicone end. I don't know that it's going to work very well. Yeah, it's just kind of getting all over the silicone, let's be honest. That's not, yeah. So I started that class on July 17th, I think it was. And it's an intense class. I'm actually really lucky in that because of COVID, I don't have to go travel somewhere. I was originally supposed to travel to Maryland. I live in Pennsylvania. I was originally supposed to travel from Maryland and stay there for an entire month. And because of COVID, my class that I had been scheduled for back in April was canceled, and I was able to get into this July class, and it's virtual. So I sit about 3 feet in that direction on my computer every single day for about 9.5, 10 hours a day. Like I said, it's a pretty intense class. All right, I'm not gonna put powder on just yet. I did get a cream bronzer. This is from the Cream Shop, and it's in the shade Toasty, and it is actually it's a cushion bronzer. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this, and I'm gonna use that sponge and try to use this to see how it works. But I'm gonna just take the side of the sponge and dip it in there. Yeah, there we go. I've got an eyelash on my cheek. Come on. Anyway. That was not expected. Oh. That is a bloody mess. I'm using the bottom of my sponge that I used to put my foundation on. Alright, so once you not put too much on, it works okay. Yeah. Alright. That's going to take some getting used to. Yeah. I gotta remember to wash that as soon as I turn the video off. Alright, I also picked up from the Boxy pop-up shop this highlighter from Hourglass. It's the Champagne Flash shade. So I'm going to put this on as well before I go into powders. This, yeah, Champagne Flash. So a lot of people got this in their boxes. I did not. I was kind of disappointed the fact that I didn't get it on. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of this on. They have 3 shades of this. There's a pink shade, and then this shade, and then like a golden shade. And by the time I logged on to the Boxy shop, the pink shade was gone. This shade and the golden shade were still available. So I decided to buy this shade. I wanted to try this formula. And this looks very golden. I don't know if it's just because of the bronzer that I put on, but it looks very golden. I've heard wonderful things about this highlighter, so I really wanted to give it a try. My under eyes look really, really dark, don't they? Alright, I'm going to be a hot mess today. That's okay. Alright. Anyhow, I'm going to be putting a powder highlighter on over that. I'm going to give that more tries. Alright, let's go into some powders. I got these 3 palettes. I got the Morphe X Manny MUA, the Seraphine Botanicals Sakura and Sage, and then this brow bar by Rima in Drama Queen. And I did use this in my unboxing video. I'm going to go ahead and use the bronzy shade here just to go over that cream bronzer. So that's kind of what's been going on during July. I've been really struggling with my depression, and then I had to pull myself together for a class that is taking up a lot of time. We even were working last Sunday. A lot of it is group projects, and we spent last Sunday for a couple of hours even working. So we're not doing that this weekend, thankfully. Thankfully, we don't have that this weekend. So I am going to go into the Seraphine Botanicals in the Azalea shade, and I'm going to use that as my blush. Yeah. So it's been a struggle month for me. A lot of struggle. A lot of struggle. Yeah. My relationship with my mother was never very close. I loved my mother, but my mother had her own demons. And that, you know, it was hard for her to be close to people. And probably what will be one of my biggest regrets for my life is that I didn't really have the opportunity to say goodbye to my mom. I think there's 2 highlighters in the Manny MUA palette. I'm not going to use those. There's also 2 highlighters in the Brow Bar palette, which are these right here. I'm not going to use those because I did get this Ofra highlighter in Glazed Donut, so I'm going to use this today. My grandmother passed away a few years ago in 2011, and I got to say goodbye to her. She had cancer and she had some complications from her cancer, but we had the opportunity to say goodbye. I didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye to my mother. And I will always regret that. So, now that I've brought us all down, let's go into, well, let's do my brows next, and then I'll go into my eyeshadow. I did get 2 brow products. I got the IT Brow Power in Universal Taupe, which I have used before and I do enjoy, but because I've used that before, I'm not going to use that today. I'm going to use this Hourglass in Warm Blonde. It's just a pencil. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. And I think the thing is, you know, my mom passed away when she was 61. And not only did I not have the opportunity to say goodbye, I never really had the opportunity to spend a whole lot of time with her. Especially the last couple of years of her life, because my parents got a divorce. And she started to kind of like segment herself off from the family. Do you feel like my therapist yet? She would still come around for, like, you know, important things like, you know, birthdays and Christmas and stuff. But other than that, it was hard to get a hold of my mom. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, make sure the people that you love know how much you love them. And I have been taking my antidepressant daily during July. It's been that kind of month. But just make sure the people that you love know how much you love them. This is a nice brow product, by the way. I'm really enjoying it so far in the, like, one time I've used it. Anyway. So, the end of the month here, like I said, today's the 1st, so the end of July, John, who's my husband, and I started chatting about possibly moving. Not far, although I'd love to move far. I'd love to move down south, to be honest with you. We're looking at moving to maybe a town about 15 to 20 minutes from where we're at now. it's just a little bit more rural than where I'm at right now, which is kind of funny because I live in a tiny little town now, but really the other town that we're looking at is an even tinier town. There's a lot of little tiny towns in Pennsylvania. So I like that. All right. So I have a lot of eyeshadow. I'm just going to open them all on the table in front of me. Okay. So if I remember correctly from the try-on videos, the Mani palettes, shimmers were a struggle for me. So I'm going to stay away from those for now. I'm going to use the mattes from that palette though, because if I remember correctly, that palette had really nice mattes. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a brush. I'm going to go into, let's go into Sophie, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to put that in my crease. So we're looking at something, like I said, a little bit more rural. My house that I live in right now, that brush might have been dirty. Crap. Hold on. I'm going to switch out brushes. Okay. I also have my color switch here that I'm going to use too. But I live on a half an acre right now, and we're looking at 2 houses right now. We haven't toured them yet. My dad is a realtor in Pennsylvania, and he's supposed to be setting up appointments for us to go see these 2 houses. One has just over 4 acres, just a little bit, it's about 4.25-ish acres, and the other one has just over 5 acres. And really the only reason why we're looking to move a little bit more rural is because we want a little bit more land, and in order to be able to afford that, we do need to move a little bit further out. Like right now, John's commute to work is about 20 minutes, and that would be about doubled to about 40 minutes is what he would end up needing to drive to work, just because it's not handy to a highway. Like where we live right now, we're about 1.5 miles from the highway, and where we would move to, it would take him probably about 20 minutes to get to the highway, which is why it's, you know, why it doubles his commute to 40 minutes. Like I said, it's like 20 minutes from where we're at now. All right. I am going to, what do I want to do? I think what I'm going to do is go into the Brow Bar palette. I'm going to use this lighter peachy shade that I think might be a blush. I don't know. I'm just going to use the same brush, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. My commute actually would be about the same. Right now it takes me about 45 minutes to get to my job. But again, my dogs just ran in the room and started barking, so I probably cut a second out of here, but now they're running out of the room again. I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, my commute right now is about 45 minutes, but my job is further away from where I'm living right now. Technically, I'm moving closer mileage-wise to my job, but again, because it's in the middle of kind of nowhere, my commute is probably going to go from about 45 minutes to 40 minutes. But again, it's because this house that we're looking at, we're leaning towards one house over the other, and I don't even know that we're going to move to either one of them, to be honest with you. But if the one house that we're kind of leaning towards that we kind of like is the one we end up with if we move at all, which I'll tell you that if we decide to move, I will definitely let you know that we're moving. If we decide to move, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. The closest town to it is, like, the closest grocery store is like 10 minutes away. You have to go like 10 minutes to get to a grocery store. The closest Target is like 20 minutes away. Right now where I live, my closest grocery store is 2 minutes away. I have a pharmacy a mile one way, a grocery store a mile the other way, 1.5 miles away is a Target. The Walmart is like 5 minutes away. But where I'm looking at moving, the closest grocery store is 10 minutes. The closest Target I think is like 20 minutes. The closest Walmart might actually be closer to 30 minutes away. So, and I only use those stores as reference because I assume most of you know what a Walmart and a Target is. Okay. I don't know which I used in the... I remember using silver, this one right here, and I did not like that. I think what I'm going to use is Sparkle, which is this pink. I think I just swatched that one. I don't think I actually used that the other time I used this palette. I could be wrong, but I don't think I used it. I think I just swatched it. And that's pretty. That's actually really pretty. It's almost like a purple shift to it. Anyway, the house we're looking at had the one we prefer that we're kind of leaning to, and the only reason we're leaning towards that one is because it's actually a little bit closer to our jobs. The other house is about another 7 or 8 minutes. So like for John, it would be about a 45-minute drive to work versus a 40-minute drive. It's actually like 38 minutes. If you map it, it's like 38 minutes. That's I just rounded it to 40. But the other house is like another 7 or 8 minutes away. So I just add a little bit more commuting time to our commute. But the one we're kind of leaning towards has the 4 acres, and it's really cute. It's a colonial house, and we've always owned ranch homes our entire, like when we first got married, we lived in a townhome, which was 2-story, but then the first house we bought was a ranch, and this house is a ranch, except that this room that I'm in right now is like the bonus room over the garage. The rest of the house is a ranch house. All right, I think I'm going to go into the Spellbound shade, which is this one right here. And I'm going to put that in my outer corner and then along my lower lash line. But it's a colonial, like I said, which is kind of different. I'm used to having like my bedroom on the first floor, pretty much our entire marriage. John and I have been married 21 years in September. But it's got a lot of bonuses too. It's in the middle of the woods. Well, it's not in the middle of the woods. It's actually not. The property has a lot of woods on it. How about that? Of the 4 acres, like 3 of the acres are wooded. Yeah. So it's just kind of like more private. And one of my biggest complaints about my current house is that I live on a cul-de-sac, which is nice. The front of my house is quiet. You hardly get any traffic unless it's somebody turning around because they took a wrong turn or like something like that. The problem is the back of my house, my land behind my house, comes up on a road. And it is actually a fairly heavily traveled road. It connects the town that's down this way to the town that's down that way. It's the main route from one little town to the next little town. And my bedroom is on the back of the house. I know this is like so totally first world problems. I do know that. But my bedroom is on the back of the house, and oftentimes I am woken up at 5:30 in the morning because of the traffic on that road. My son is right outside the door watching a video on his phone. He's shutting the door. But if you can hear noise, like people talking, it's my son right outside the door. So I get woken up a lot of time at like 5:30 in the morning because of the traffic. And as I'm getting older, I'm finding it harder and harder to stay asleep at night anyway. Which is causing me to have issues. There are some nights that I only get like 5 hours of sleep, and that's a struggle for me. I work best if I have at least 7 hours of sleep. It's causing issues with focus. It's causing issues with my, thinking capabilities, memory capabilities, that sort of thing. Like, because there will be times where I'll go like 3 or 4 days in a row and only get like 5.5, 6 hours of sleep, if I'm lucky. There's one night just a couple of nights ago that I only had like 4 hours and 45 minutes of sleep. I think it was something like that. It was not pleasant. All right, I'm gonna just take my pinky with my really long fingernail, and I'm gonna go into Nova and just get a little bit on my pinky and put that on my inner corner. Oh, that's a pretty color. That's pretty. I put too much. That's okay. I think I'm done with my eyes. I think that's all I'm gonna do with my eyes. Let me put these palettes aside. I'm looking at my table just to make sure what else I have to try on. I have a mascara primer as well as a mascara. So I'm going to put the primer on first. This is from Milk Makeup. This is the Kush Lash Primer. Honestly, if I had my desire, I would be moving out of Pennsylvania. But I think I already told you guys that. But my job's here. And my husband's job's here. And my family's here. And I just want to have a little bit more peace and quiet. You know what I mean? And I really want to be by water. Like, really want to be by water. And actually, both of these houses are near a creek. The one isn't right near the creek. It is probably about 1.5 miles from the creek. And it's named a creek, but it's like a little river, which is what a creek is, right? Anyway, but I could easily go down to said creek and, you know, just hang out by the water. The other house, the second house, which is a little bit further away, a little bit more rural, is actually on like a little, I forget what they're called. Is it a peninsula that kind of sticks out with water around it? There's the creek that's near the first house actually splits into 2 creeks. And the second house is on some land that is in the center where the creek like splits and continues to go south. The second house is on the little piece of land as the river or the creek splits. All right, I have this Tarte Surfer Curl mascara. So the second house actually is on 5 acres, and there is a lot behind it, and then the lot behind it actually touches the creek. So the second one is even closer. Like, I literally could walk out my backyard and across the neighbor's property and be in the water. So that one's even closer to the water. I mean, my desire would be that I would be on, the ocean. When I say I want to live near water, I'd love to be by the ocean. But that's not going to happen. Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. So, I'd like to just kind of have a little bit of a change. I'm not going that far. Like I said, I currently live like 10 minutes from my in-laws' house. So we would end up being about a half an hour from my in-laws. And I'm currently about a half an hour from my dad's house. And this would make it a little bit further. This would end up being probably about 40 minutes to my dad's house. Just based on kind of where the property is. And where my dad's like house is. So I'm not loving the way that this is sitting on, specifically the primer is sitting. Let me grab my eyelash comb. Hold on. I feel like I got too much of that primer on these eyelashes on my left eye. And they're like all clumped together, and I don't like that look. That is not a look that I prefer. Anyway, as I'm getting older, I want to kind of just slow down. And I mean, I'm not old, I'm 41. I just kind of want to slow down, you know? And I want to just be calm. I want peace. And I want to be with nature a lot more. All right, I got 2 lip products that I remember. No other lip products were in my box, so I'm assuming this is all I had. I had this little NYX hashtag This Is Everything in blue. Sheer Sky Blue. It's a lip oil. I'm not going to put that on. I did get this Nature's Cartel VCR Static is what it says on it. It's a shiny lip gloss. I'm not going to put that on just yet either. I'm just going to put this one on. This is from the Balm. It's the Balm Jour Creamy Lip Stain in... Does it say the shade? I don't know. If it has the shade, I don't know what the shade is. But I got this in an Ipsy. It actually says Ipsy on it. So I got this in an Ipsy a little while ago, and I like the shade, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. Like I said, some people, I'm sure, as they get a little older, maybe look for, like, excitement. I just want calm. I want peace. And trust me, if we buy one of these houses, I'm not going to be doing anything for a little while because I won't have any money. Yeah. I won't have any money, so I won't be doing anything for a while. Anyway, I think that's it for my face. I think that's all I'm going to do. I would put that lip gloss on, but this really is very glittery, and I had glitter everywhere, if I remember correctly. It might have also been one of the other eyeshadows that I put on. I don't know. Anyway, so now I kind of filled you in on my not great July. I'm hoping August will be better. I have a teacher in the house who's getting ready to go back to school. I have a 20-year-old who's getting ready to move into college for the first time. He's leaving us on the 22nd of August. He's been in community college the last 2 years, and it is time for him to go on for his bachelor's degree. He graduated with his master's degree in May. No graduation, but he got his degree. And it's time for him to go on for his bachelor's. So he's going to be leaving us August 22nd to go to college. So I'm excited for him. I'm a little sad for myself. I'll miss him a lot, but he's ready to do it. He's ready to go. So, yeah. Let's talk about these products real quick. Everything I've got on. I like the palettes that I used. I really like that pink shade on my eyes. I like the palettes I used. I really struggled with the shimmers in the Manny palette, the Morphe palette, when I used it in that Get Ready With Me video. I'm sorry, with the unboxing video. The cream bronzer, not loving it as of this moment. I look like I just kind of smeared dirt on my face. So, and I even got it like low. I'm not loving that. So I'm not sure about that. I might have to try that with a different sponge or something. The lash primer kind of made my lashes a little clumpy, which is not my favorite look. That's okay, I'll keep trying it. And the mascara was fine. The brow product I actually really liked. The Hourglass brow product I really liked. And the Ofra highlighter I'm in love with. The Hourglass highlighter I actually really liked as well. The primer is fine. And I think that's everything, right? It's everything that I used today. I did get a couple of other makeup products, like the Brow Power from IT. I got this little single eyeshadow that I didn't use today. So I got a couple of other things in beauty boxes that I didn't use today. But overall, the products that I did get, that I kept, I did put a couple of products back to give away to you guys. But the items that I am keeping, overall, I think they're pretty nice. I think this look turned out okay, except for the copious amounts of bronzer that I have on this cheek in particular. So anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I'm sorry that I brought you all down, if I did bring you all down. The next couple of months might be very interesting and exciting for us. Like I said, my son's going to college. My husband and my younger son are looking forward to going back to school, which is going to be very different for them because they're doing partially at home, partially in school. We might be buying a new house, and a couple of other crazy things might happen. Who knows? It's 2020 after all. So I'm just looking forward to hopefully the month of August being better for my mental health. I am getting out of the rut. I've got 2 more weeks of my training class to go, and that class has actually been doing pretty well. I've been doing pretty well in that. I think I've got like 320 out of 350 points so far. It's a total of 1,000 points. So I'm not doing too bad. And the rumor is that the teachers don't score the group projects anything higher than an 80% on purpose. Because in order to graduate from the class, you need a minimum of 80%. So they don't score higher than that, at least on the first few assignments, because they don't want folks to be like get all their points in the first 3 weeks, and then the 4th week of the class just totally blow it off. So anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this video. I will stop ranting. If you did, a thumbs up down below is always appreciated. If you have not yet and you would like to, please hit subscribe. I'm not always this down, or I don't know. I'm not always like this. Subscriptions are always appreciated. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below as well. I do really appreciate you watching today's video, and I do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye.